Good evening, everyone. Welcome to round 21 fan cams. Oh my god, I know we start every week just simply recognizing, holy crap, the season is going so fast. It is unbelievable how quickly this season is going. And we're down to the last three games. 3 games to go for this 2023 home and away season. And then the finals kicks off. You might find that my voice is a little different today. I have been coming off a bit of a sickness the last few days, which has seen me, unfortunately, have some troubles. Hopefully, it's not too bad for you guys, and you're able to hear me fine. Big J will be on very, very shortly. He just had to duck out for a little second. But hope you guys are all doing very well. Hope your teams did well. This round was a really interesting round. It started off really well with a great game on Friday night between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. Thought the Tigers did a good job for themselves, bouncing back after what was a horror start. I think the Richmond Tigers really lost it at selection, resting Dusty Martin and Prestia. So for them to lose by 55 points is a little bit disappointing for them, but ultimately it was a great showing by the Bulldogs. Liam Jones, mate, he is really important for him. We come then to my mob against the Eagles, and holy crap, it was heart in mouth stuff. Oh no. We scored less goals than the Eagles did. Oh my god. At home as well. Holy crap. That was shocking. That was one of the worst games of the season. I'm here. I was in bed, absolutely coughing up and dying. And it wasn't spicy flu, but I was sitting in this bed dying. And the club, rather than try and make me feel better about myself and get over my sickness, they were trying to put me in the grave the way they were playing. Oh my god. That was very dangerous. Kyle Langford, you are our Lord and Savior there at the Bombers. Adelaide did what we expected them to do at home against the Suns, up by 28 points, a good result for them. The Hawks, what would have been the biggest upset of the year in Essendon versus West Coast, we actually got the true upset of the season. The Hawks. Congratulations, Hawthorn. All of Australia thanks you for your service. What a sensational performance that was by the Hawks to get up over the top of Collingwood. And that was a real gutsy effort there by the Hawks. Very efficient, very great kicking by both teams. Obviously, Finn McGuinness gets a lot of kudos for wrapping up Nick Dacos, and what was a sensational game. The news has come out that Nick Dacos has got a hairline fracture in his knee and he's going to miss the next 6 weeks. So Collingwood now are in a very interesting situation where they're clear top of the ladder. They've now lost 2 games in a row and they're going to be without Dacos. So what happens to Collingwood from here on out is going to be really interesting. The Hawks, if you're a Hawks supporter, you can't help but be really proud of your team's performances to date. There he is. Where'd you go, mate?
Everybody? Oh, I was just off doing stuff, but I'm here now. I'm all good. How's it going? Hey, Stream, how you doing?
Yeah, just going over just a little brief overview of the games before we start getting people on there. Just finished up talking about Hawthorn and Collingwood, mate. That was a ripping game by the Hawks.
Yeah, there was a few kind of almost upsets this week. West Coast almost beat you guys. It's a very close game. Geelong almost lost to the Port, and then quite a few kind of almost games, which was fantastic. I think keeps the AFL competitive, right?
Oh, 100%. The AFL was absolutely loving this. Geelong, as you mentioned there, just got over the line at home against Port Adelaide. Ollie Henry with 4 goals, if you don't mind, managed to get Geelong over the line. Playing at home, they are not convincing at all. The Cats and Port with all their injuries as well. So this win for Geelong, it was a win they simply had to get.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll be back in 1 second.
Oh, no worries. The Giants, their winning streak has finally come to an end. And of course, it was none other than their cross-state rivals in the Swans to get the job done. You look at this, 25 scoring shots to 21. The Giants certainly let themselves down there. But ultimately, the Swannies are a very good outfit. You can't discount these guys. Errol Goulden, bellissimo, this player. Melbourne, they were given a real mighty scare early on in the game against North Melbourne. North came flying out of the start. It was a sensational start by Eddie Ford, as if you don't mind as well. But of course, the class of Melbourne slowly but surely came to the fore, and Melbourne managed to get over the top of the Kangas in fine fashion. I was sitting here watching this game just before Carlton against the Saints. The Saints, mate, they would be spewing. Absolutely spewing. They were the better team, I think, for most of the night, just could not capitalize. And that last quarter was just an absolute implosion. They completely shat the bed, the Saints. The game was there to be won. They had a 22-point lead at halftime. King had the shot just before three-quarter time, should have nailed it, didn't have ice in his veins, and he missed a really simple goal, which would have been a great steadier, would have put him up by 19 points at three-quarter time. But the Blue Baggers, their belief, their faith continues, and they managed to run over the top of the Saints. Steele and Crouch, 0 disposals each in that last quarter. 0 for both Steele and Crouch. Wow, that is a choke and a half if I've seen one. Well done, Carlton. Their season continues to chug along nicely. And this was a very good showing there by Freo. I personally didn't watch this game. To be completely, I've had some guests over at my place and wasn't able to really watch this game. So, yeah, congrats to Brisbane. Did what they had to do. Got over the line away from home by 3 points. And they really needed it because when you look at the ladder, Port, Lions, and Melbourne all on equal points. the fight for the top four is really strong. What a game! What a season we've got. Shannon, you are right. It has been quite the interesting round. Absolutely, you guys almost got over us. Causa, what a final series it will be. You are so correct, mate. If you look, if the 8 stays as it is, just this alone is a very interesting matchup. Because if you look, Carlton play the Giants in week 1. That is round 24 matchup. So they'll play each other back to back if this is the case. The Bulldogs against St Kilda, that will be really interesting. Collingwood against Port, you'd expect Collingwood to beat them up. And Melbourne versus Brisbane, you'd expect Melbourne to win. But Brisbane were the team that beat Melbourne at the MCG last year. So again, Brisbane shouldn't have much fear going into that game. If this was the final 8, then that would be an insane final series. But regardless of what happens, what the ordering is, there's still a lot to change between now and end of the year. Will be huge. Cause I did a ladder predictor. If Collingwood lose 2 of the next 3, they can finish 3rd. Well, they won't be losing to us, that's for sure. They won't be losing to us. Mate, we almost lost to West Coast. The worst side of the last 30 years. So there's no way Collingwood would lose to us. I can almost guarantee you that. Theo, I'm ranked 82.98, even with a 23.89. Thinking merit into track, love the show. I don't trust bot, might get tagged. Oh, mate, you're already looking at VC and C's for next week, Theo. I love the dedication, mate. I haven't even properly looked at the fixture, so we'll go through those a bit later, I guess. Yeah, Reeves, mate. Oh, Reeves on Dacos, that's unbelievable. Jen, how's it going? Can't believe it. You've come on, and we're seeing Collingwood with 2 losses in a row. That is almost unfathomable for this. What are your feelings, Jen, from this game where you guys just felt when you guys it wasn't even just fell short. You guys were almost comprehensively beating 5 goals plus against the Hawks. You must be feeling some kind of way. Shock would be the primary feeling, I'd imagine. Jonas, congrats to you. Congrats to your Blues, man. You'd be up and about. Cream puff pies, 1 lick potties. I'm not going to read the rest of that. But all duck, bro. All duck, no dinner. We'll just say. Yeah, that is huge. What a performance by the Hawks. They won it at the source. Insane. And that has been the regular problem for the Pies. You can't lose it at the source and expect to genuinely win the flag. You have to be able to play a front half game. You have to be able to score from front half stoppages, and that's not what they were able to do. The Hawks just simply won the ball, the hard ball gets, the contested ball, and were able to spread from there. Collingwood this year have been resorting and leaning towards a back half game. And that's what we're doing, and that is just simply not going to work. You need to be able to play a front half game. All of the premierships in the modern era have demonstrated time and time again, you have to be able to play a front half game and win. And unless Collingwood can do that, they've lost 2 in a row now against 2 teams great in the contest. So they're going to have a lot of work to do, which is crazy to think that the team on top of the ladder, clear on top of the ladder, has a lot of work to do still. Mate, they always say the premiership's not won in July or in August for that matter. Jonas, come on, Joe. Carlton 23. Yeah, I hear you, Jonas. I do hear you. Absolutely. And a lot of those scores were coming in the last quarter again in this game. It just felt like early on that the Saints just seemed, it was poor skills on display. Let's be real. And St Kilda was completely suffocating your ball movement, right? You can see, I'm pretty sure you look at the pressure gauge in the second quarter, it was off the charts. It was over 200. The pressure that St Kilda were applying to Carlton, they were completely suffocating your ball movement and stuff. And in the first half, to be honest, 22 points at halftime, they should have been up by more probably. They probably should have been up by more than 22 points. So, they didn't convert. They didn't capitalize on some real key opportunities that were presented to them. Whether you say they weren't good enough or whether you say they were just simply rushed or they had an off day or whatever you want to call it, I'm more likely to say they're just simply not good enough. Your team is a better team, even with all of those injuries, which is unreal to say. The depth that you guys have is very sensational, and this whole last quarter was just a domination. They were sort of holding up. They were trying to withhold your pressure. They really backed off. They weren't playing attacking football. It was almost like they were trying to milk the clock for a whole quarter, which is unreal. That is a very unsuccessful game plan. And yet, so they were managed to hold up for the first 10 minutes of the last quarter, I'd say the Saints, before the damn walls broke. And then you guys completely dominated. Just in that last quarter alone, you kicked 4 goals, 6 to their 2 behinds. So a lot of those scoring shots, Jonas, you certainly got it in the last quarter. I tipped the Blues to win this. I thought the Blues were going to win by about 27 points. I thought even with all of those injuries, I still considered Carlton to be maybe like a 5-goal better side. I know it was at Marvel and everything like that, but I just still felt the way Carlton were playing, it's very sustainable. It's pure football, winning the ball at the source, sending it forward. And they just needed someone other than Curnow. Curnow, I thought, was going to have his hands full with Wilkie, who I think is very underrated as a defender. I thought Curnow was going to have his hands full with Wilkie. They just needed someone like a Jack Martin or someone else to stand up and pinch hit in the forward line. And that's what they did. Charlie only kicked the 1 goal, and you still managed to kick 10 goals, 13. So that was a ripping game, even though you were down at halftime, Jonas, even though you were down at 3/4 time. Look, I'm not a Carlton supporter, so obviously I didn't have the adrenaline and my heart wasn't beating and bursting out of my chest, but I was very confident and very calm about it. I was watching it with Pommy on the Blue Abroad channel, and I'm just like, bro, you're going to win by 27. Like, You'll be fine. You're going to win this. It didn't quite reach the 27 points, but it was close to. It was close to, I think. Causa, tip Collingwood against Essendon and ladder predictor. Yes, as you should. We are not beating Collingwood. They can lose the next two potentially against Geelong and Brisbane. Look, the way Geelong are going, I think Geelong are cooked, Causa. I can't see. I know Collingwood are in a bit of a dip right now, but I just can't see Geelong beating Collingwood right now. Geelong are not the Geelong that we know. They've changed, and they're not quite the Geelong anymore. You feel heartbroken. Look, Jen, I hear you. But Sportsnut isn't. Sportsnut is very happy. Congratulations, Sportnut. That was a sensational game. Your Hawks were unreal. All of Australia thanks you for your service. Well done. Whenever Collingwood loses, it's a win for me, to be honest. Sorry, Jen. I know you hate it when I say that, but I'm sorry about that. I'm an honest guy. Absolutely. I can imagine you'd go on all day. And Finn McGuinness, mate, he is cementing himself at such a young age as one of the best taggers in the comp, which is a very impressive thing. And it's one of the few teams that are actually willing to go out and try and tag. Look at the best player, put someone next to him, and run all day. It doesn't have to be your best on-baller. Like, Finn McGuinness isn't your best player by any stretch, but he's the perfect guy to send. Play a role, stick with him, and look what happens. Remarkable. You can rely on your other team, on your other teammates, like your Newcombs, your Will Days, your Nash, to get in and under, your Warples, to get in and under, get the clearance out, and go. It was well done, and you've got one of the best coaches we're ever going to see in our lifetime in Sam Mitchell. So congratulations, Sportnut. You've done a sensational job. Yeah, Dacos out for 6 weeks is a big blow. Absolutely. You got to win next week. Who are you guys playing next week again? Next week, Collingwood play against Geelong at Friday Night Football. Oh, boy, it doesn't get any bigger than that. That will be huge. Jonas, Carlton had 7 of their best 22 out. Mackay, McGovern, Silvani, Walsh, Kennedy, Williams, Chera, and the cream puff pies are whinging about injuries. Yeah, they can whinge all day, Jonas. Whenever Collingwood cries, it brings me tears too. Tears of joy. Pommy, mate, Joey. Yes, you did it. You did it, Pommy. We knew you would. Jennifer, we need someone to come in and help us with the center clearances. Well, that's what Mitchell was supposed to do, wasn't he, Jen? That's why you recruited Tom Mitchell, to try and be your savior in that department. But unfortunately, he copped a very nasty corky to the hammy. So hopefully he can get up for you next week, because you're really going to need him against the Cats. Causa Doherty missed easy goals in the last quarter as well. Yeah, look, it is what it is, Doc. About Doherty, that wasn't an easy goal. That was an outside 50 shot. I don't know what you're talking about, Causa. That was a really tough goal. Supercoach with DR, Dirty Ryan. Shane got 7 under 9. Well done. I actually haven't even looked in the what's it called, at my tipping this week. Colonel was double team all game, and he set up 3 goals, and that's why he is the best player in the comp. Pommy has convinced me. I was saying earlier on in the year. I thought what's his face, Jezza Cameron was the best player in the league, but I've been convinced. I'm not someone who's proud enough to say that he's right all the time. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. Charlie Curnow is better than Jezza Cameron.
Yeah, I think so.
His field kicking, mate. There was that one kick he did late in the last quarter, and it was insane. It was a sizzler, just perfectly weighted. And he's the one that hit up Doherty, I'm pretty sure, with that kick. So it was great. Tone Collingwood peaked too early. It's a pretty good one. Pommy in the lobby, mate. Yeah, I will get to you. You are going to be second after we talk to Shaz, Big Shannon, mate. And James Sicily is a freak. He has to be an All-Australian. He absolutely does. James Sicily has to be an All-Australian. He is in one of the higher echelons in terms of MVPs for a team, right?
It's interesting because there's a few players every year that I say, hey, I wish I had a super coach. And James Scully is definitely that player for me. He has his up days and his down days. I don't know if that's a case of that the coach is actually using him a different way, or kind of something's happening. He has to do a bit more key defending than just kind of what he's doing. But when he's on, it's fantastic. And similar to a Darcy Moore, similar to an Andrews, there's a few teams that will just bomb, but that will just bomb like the ball straight in the middle and expect somehow that intercept defenders won't get it. And if you just kick to Sicily, he's just going to get 1 million points every week and get 30 touches and then does what he does. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. I guess now that you're on, we'll be able to speak to our first guest. So, as is the case every single week.
Get in first, someone else can get in quicker than him. We'll see what happens.
No one can get in first because Shannon Humphreys is always first in. Always.
He's too quick.
He's too quick. He sees the notification. He jumps in. He
fast as lightning.
We'll see.
Mate.
Shannon, why can't you guys win a game? You should have won. We need pick one. What is this nonsense? You should have won the game.
What's going on? Should have won it.
You should have won. What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Yes.
The fence. Have a fence.
Yeah.
The West Coast losers. Cop that, Shannon.
And a few other players, but it still wasn't great.
That was so bad. This is one of the worst games I've ever seen. I was sick and dying on this bed. I was coughing. My nose was running and everything. And I'm watching. At least the Bombers will at least make me feel better. Not. Are you kidding me? I almost had a heart attack and died just there. That was so crazy. Oh my God.
I just don't get why. Even with her now, we still managed to fail.
Yeah.
Home should have played.
You should have played goals than us. You kicked more goals than we did.
Langford's just too good, Joe.
Bro, Langford. Oh.
Yeah, comes out of nowhere, sneaky, and then, that's it. So, yeah, he's too good. What are you supposed to do?
This man, he saved us. Kyle Langford legit saved us. And I have to scroll up because Causa mentioned him. Kyle Langford has to be All-Australian small forward with 45 goals. And it's not just the fact that he's got 45 goals, Causa.
Yeah.
He's also in the top 6 for goal assists as well.
Yeah.
So
he's a very good player. He fills a need in a team that's been begging for some good key forwards. He's really filling a need for you at the moment. What's his name? 2 Meter Peter's not doing as much as what he did last year, and I think Langford's really kind of not stolen his thunder, but really kind of taken a lot of. We got to mark Peter with a couple of players. Langford kind of gets left alone.
I mean, Peter Wright's kicked 1 goal, 3 behinds, and he missed a couple of really gettable ones, and you could feel that the tension was really rising for us. The players were choking. They were like, holy crap, are we about to lose to the Eagles? The Eagles are playing up and about.
You should have lost.
Shut up. Get out of here. We were fine. Look, the Eagles were very good. Yeah. Absolutely sports night. I agree.
I think you guys will end up winning another game over the next couple of weeks. I have a feeling that's going to happen.
I just have a suspicious feeling that it might happen.
Yeah,
for the West Coast
are you guys versing Freo next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys might win that one. So potentially no bottom of the ladder for you this year.
Nah,
that is if we can get our percentage up.
What do you mean?
This was meant to be a percentage booster for us. We moved up 0.1%.
Yep.
0.1.
Yep. What a thing.
Ah,
You
we
better
are
not.
so bad.
I have a feeling, Joe. I wonder if you guys are going to have a bit of a hard run against us. I mean, like Langdon is going to kick like 50 goals, but if the rest
Who's
of the team
Langdon?
aren't doing that great,
Who's Langdon?
you know what I mean.
Who's
You know
Langdon,
what
bro?
I
Put
mean.
respect on Langford, bro.
You know
Put
what I
respect on
mean.
Langford's name.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. What is it
Too
with
good
you?
to be a
Why are you two arguing? We're here to have some. What's here to talk about? What are you not used to bickering about?
All right, talk to us about this game, Shannon. Talk to us. What was the best thing for you out of this game?
Ugh. This game, it was close, right up until
Yep,
the last 2 minutes. Knew we
you
should
were
have
in
won
front
that game.
in the last 2 minutes. You were in front.
We were in front for the last 2 minutes, and then Langford
Yeah,
decides to come and steal the win from us.
Kyle
That's what he
Langford.
does.
We don't deserve you, Kyle. We don't deserve you, brother.
Get rid of him.
No, why would we get rid of him? He saved us from losing to your mob. It was honestly one of the worst games I've ever seen us play.
Let's have a look.
Darcy Parish
Langford with the
had
5,
33
Harris
disposals.
with 33 touches,
Yeah, he had
and
33
11
touches.
marks for Tom Cole. At least West Coast won something, which is in the marking contest.
Score involvements, 13 score involvement, 8
Hmm.
tackles, contested possessions. He had 17. Like Darcy Parish had a great game, right?
Jack
On the
Mail with
statistics.
128. Fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, the Darcy Parish had a great game, right? But he went at 61% disposal efficiency.
Yeah.
61%.
It was
You know what I
pretty
mean? For 33 touches, and he had 13 turnovers. I don't quite. It calls into question how important is it for you to just rack up the pill so much, and almost half of them are just straight turnovers to the other side. Like I don't know how to rate this.
I mean, if you get the ball and you turn it over and you forward 50 and then your other player gets the ball out of that turnover, like, is it really a turnover? Yeah. It's an interesting one.
I mean, Tom Cole did really well. I thought Elijah Hewitt did really well for you guys as well in this game.
There's some talk that he's going to be like
So
their next
is
superstar.
so did
I
Dynamic, Noah Long.
Yeah, Noah Long. I did mention Noah Long last week as someone to really look forward to, and he did really well.
Didn't
Tim
even
Kelly.
mention Ryan Marrick either.
Yeah, Ryan Marriage was really good. Of course, you've obviously got the superstar and Oscar Allen, who did some, again, very dangerous. Hopefully, when we get Mackay, he'll be able to man up on him, because we don't really have a great matchup for Oscar Allen. We had Laverde on him and struggled quite a bit. So, did you watch this game? Did you watch this whole game, Shannon?
I think I did.
Have you already sort of wiped it from your memory?
I did watch the whole thing. Boy, it was close.
What were you thinking in the second quarter when we started to kick away, and we kicked 6 goals in that second quarter? Did you feel, oh no, another smashing coming?
I knew there wasn't smashing coming, but we decided to make a comeback and turn it around.
You actually outscored us in these 3 quarters. We only played 1 decent quarter and still managed to win. Oh my god! Oh my!
You're
I can't believe it.
funny guy, Joe.
I can't believe it. Honestly, they outscored us 14-12.
Yeah, I know.
And they literally outscored us in quarters 1, 3, and 4, and we still managed to win. That's how bad the Eagles are. If this was the Dandenong Stingrays, we would have lost this game. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. This the Coleman's pretty much Kernos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, is it? That's a what? How's
Yeah.
what did Tex score this week?
No one can catch up to Kerno. He's just
5
that
goals.
He hit 2, I think. That was against the Suns.
Mate, it's only a 5-goal gap, and Texas got the Eagles in the last round. I wouldn't say it's a given.
I wouldn't say it's not over yet for Tex. He can still come up from behind.
Kerno 63.
And
Kerno
get the Coleman
63.
seven.
Walker. Sorry, yeah, Kerno 68, Walker 63. And then,
Right.
that's it.
So there's a
Gabba against Harris Andrews could be tough. And then at home against the
Lions. Crows could easily win at the Oval, but away from home, they don't. It's a bad record there.
Maybe it's still alive technically.
I think the toughest one is if Mackay comes back anytime soon, Charlie Kerno won't be the number one focus anymore. Not sure if he's. I don't think he was back this week, right?
No, he wasn't.
They got Melbourne next week, and then Gold Coast, and then the GWS. Somehow,
so you got
Carlton
Kerno's playing against Melbourne, which is tough. The Suns, he should do okay, and then he'll be up against Taylor Harris. He'll
Toby
Sam
Green,
Taylor.
Tom Green,
He'll struggle there.
Bedford.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Melbourne easy win. Carlton easy win over the Suns. And I think Carlton might win over GWS, but it's probably a 50-50.
No, I'm leaning towards
Carlton
Carlton. They'll get players back by then.
Carlton need to win the 2 of the 3 games in order to stay in the 8.
Yeah.
Otherwise, teams outside the 8 are knocking on the door, and they could potentially knock them out of the 8. You could potentially miss finals again like they did last year when Collingwood denied them the final spot.
I don't think that's going to happen.
They're playing different footy now. They're playing with confidence. They're playing great footy now. The Blues.
They're playing with fire.
They've got to beat Melbourne, and then they've got to beat someone else. So yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But we'll see.
Let's see. Oh, Causa says that there's no Bailey Williams. He got a 1-week suspension.
Yeah. So
we are absolutely cooked now, unless we can overturn the suspension.
You guys are cooked now. Who do you guys play next week? Next week you play
Freo.
Jackson's going to have
at home.
Yeah, Jackson's going to dominate, as Causa says here. Oh boy,
he was doing really well up to halftime as well. It was a very good halftime performance. Question is, do you reckon they get rid of Sean Darcy? That's kind of the thing, right?
I think they might have to, especially with the others out for the season.
Depends if he wants to go. Yeah. If he wants to go, then there's nothing they can do to stop him.
Sean Darcy to Geelong would be interesting. I want him at North Melbourne, but obviously it's going to be too expensive and won't come. So
too expensive? Why? Who are you guys paying?
No, I'm just saying, if he wants to come to a bottom of the level team, he's going to want some decent money.
In a rebuilding stage.
Yeah, he's the right age group to do it, but I think he's going to want too much cash.
Mate, yeah. Look at that. Next week, Carlton playing against Melbourne. Melbourne 5 in a row and Carlton 7 in a row. These are the 2 informed teams of the comp right now. So for them to meet up at the MCG this week is going to be an absolute
battle it out.
Meanwhile,
the top 2 is still on.
Meanwhile,
the race for Harley Reid is still on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The race for Harley Reid. I love it.
And the race to the flag is still on.
Shannon, you are just lucky the saddest chick was stuck in the VFL this week. I'll have you know, Jonas, he was on managed minutes. He played 3 quarters and got 20 disposals, so he's looking really good. I think there's a fair chance that Jonas, that set a goat, might be back next week playing AFL football.
Let it choke, mate.
Setterfield, I think you might be talking about.
Set a goat will be back next week, probably. I think Set a goat's back next week, so really excited about that. Mate, yeah, Jen, look, I know a bunch cover for Dacos, Melican, and Constable. Mate, that's rough. Trade. Our cover's dead in the back line. It's
no cover.
They're going to be full F1 for next year in Supercoach. F1. You're saying in terms of this is in relation to Sean Darcy. I have to get rid of him so he can be F1 for next year. Good luck with that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Tell you what,
obviously not going to happen.
Luke Jackson on my list. That's it. Yeah, I think you're saying Luke Jackson. So if Darcy leaves, Luke Jackson's a lock next year, like out straight away.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, cool. So this was the round that was on. The link, guys, is in the description if you want to come on and have a talk about how your team did.
We lost
on the weekend.
We'll see if
there was Pommy, and then he ducked out. So I think something's come up for him. So hopefully we'll see him in a bit again. Need Walsh or Roberts to come back this week, or else I won't get a donut, mate. It's
You mean you will have a donut?
He's saying, or else I won't get a.
He obviously will.
Cool, awesome. Well, Shannon, we've got a next guest ready to come on. So once again, a massive thank you for coming on. We love talking to you, mate. Especially when our boys managed to get the win over yours.
No.
Fair enough.
That
All right.
so deflated.
He's so depressed. He is so depressed.
It's a bit sad, hey? You'll be fine. You'll get a good draft.
Sad now, Shannon.
You'll upload some players. I actually have a question before you go, Shannon. What do you think about the club's stance on not getting rid of old players or getting rid of the senior listed players? Because I know they came out with that this week saying, "Oh yeah, we're not going to try and trade out the players so we can rebuild the list quicker." Not like Hawthorn did last year.
Obviously, we need to refresh our list, especially with Hearn coming towards the end of his career.
So
some players might be staying, some might be leaving.
What are you going to do? You're going to have to purge the state leagues to try and get some good players. See how it goes anyway. All right. We'll catch you,
Shannon. West Coast will trade the number 1 pick to the Demons.
They might not get it.
That is not going to happen. There is no way we are trading pick 1 to Melbourne.
Be interesting if you guys take Curtin instead of taking Harley Reid, because I know there's some talk that you're really up to him at the moment.
It's going to be very difficult. We're up against the Dockers, the Dogs, and the Crows to finish off. There is no way we'll be able to beat all 3 of those good teams.
True. Awesome.
Right, catch you, Shannon. See you in the next
one. We'll talk to you next week, Shaz.
Mate.
See you, mate. Poor Shannon. He really bummed me out there.
It's been tough coming from a team that's lost this week, especially a game when you get invested and you think, can almost win, we're doing quite well, and then poop. So it's a bit of a tough one, Joe.
That's what I was thinking you guys want to be like this week, because the way you guys came out.
Yeah, first quarter was good. First quarter was good. As it's Causa, he's always a good chat.
Yeah.
How you doing, Causa?
Good.
Yeah, mate, that first quarter was fun. I was like, we've actually got a team. What is this? And then the second quarter
I
was
was thinking that.
back to being North Melbourne again. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
No, it was
we
good.
scored a few goals, which was nice, but then Melbourne scored a lot more goals than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
I
then
mean,
kind of
it was really good to see
yeah.
it work for. I thought we had a chance.
Yeah.
Going into like half time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it changed.
Where did it change? Where did it change for you guys?
Right?
Oh, I just reckon that North kept kicking it to Max Gawn a lot, which meant we were getting dominated. Like he was getting so many intercept marks and all this, and then we couldn't stop like Cozzy Pickett and like Viney and Brayshaw out of the middle. They were like they had so many clearances. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think we still have a few decent holes in the list across a few different areas, and like it would be great to kind of get another preseason in a few of the players and try and fix a few of the holes in the team, which definitely is going to happen at some point. A good small forward would be good. Some more pressure across the board, and then even just some mature bodies, that can kind of play like the game and not have to worry about it too much.
There was some good like players that bounced back after being like terrible for like weeks on weeks this week.
Like we can't just rely on like 2 players out of 22, can we?
Maxi Gawn, 30 hitouts. Very impressive as usual. This guy is clearly dominating and he's really owning that single ruck role. Petrarca once again 2 goals 3. I mean, he kicked 1 goal 3 last week as well. So he's been
he was inaccurate again.
A lot of points. But who was your? I mean, look at that, Eddie Ford, bro. Was that 3 goals in the first quarter? Like,
3 goals in the first quarter. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He tried to shut down Jake Lever. He was like tagging Jake Lever.
Mate, that is sensational.
Going back to Petrarca, he was actually on. I don't know if he got tagged by Kane Turner or got some attention or something happened.
No, but he was 8 minutes on the. He was 8. Yeah, I don't know what happened in the first half, but I know towards the end when the game was sort of over, he had like 8 minutes. He could have scored even way higher, but he had 8 to 10 minutes on the bench.
Yeah, he's one. Sicily next year, must starter. I think Petrarca for me is a must starter, regardless of price.
Agreed.
Unless he's like 800K, then I've got to really consider it. But outside of that, I think he's a definite must starter.
Yeah,
he's just too good.
Even if he doesn't have forward status,
he's not going to have forward.
I think he will.
No.
But I think
reading
even if he doesn't have forward status, I think I've got it.
No, because I was reading Al Payton's article and how he had all the tracking for all the different players, and so far it looks like I think it was like 28% forward or something because he had too many mid-time games the last few weeks.
Okay.
And then it was the same like Dacos would have had it as a defender mid, but if he played mid till the grand final, he would have been a mid only.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it counts the finals as well is the problem.
Right. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, just swallowing a pill. Swallowing a pill here. It was a tough pill to swallow for me watching my game. That was ridiculous. But yeah, Lockie Hunter.
3 more weeks, Corey, of this.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
What
I want to see.
Just watch the AFLW. North is better. Like,
at least we have a competitive team in the AFLW. Like where we're not going to win a grand final, but at least we're competitive, right?
Oh, you never know. You never know.
That's true. That's true. I think I'd love to see in the next little bit, just some more competitiveness. Our opponents over the next few games are really tough, so I'm not expecting a lot, but just don't have as many blowouts. I know people have been talking about how bad we are this year, but last year we had like 11 or 12 games with 100-point losses in a row. Like this year,
it was like
this year at least it's like 30 points. Like I think the average is legit, like 30 points. So we're getting
like last
better,
year
it's not enough.
Like at halftime, the game was over last year. Like some games, it was like 80 points at halftime, and we were.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad.
It was like Sydney West Coast every game.
Yeah.
Potentially, Jonas. Potentially.
Oh, you never know. We could be. I reckon.
But you know what that means, Jonas? That means that we get some good compensation, mate. If we get 21 losses in a row.
That's the only one.
Give us that compensation.
It's literally these boys. Don't worry, Jonas. It's not a foregone. It's not a foregone conclusion. These boys could be the ones to end.
It could be. You never know.
Yeah,
it nearly happened last time. Nearly happened last time.
The way we're playing, it is shocking. I don't want us to make finals. There's no way we make finals. There's no way we make the way we play. There's no way we make finals. But I really hope that we don't make it, because if we do, we are just legit going to be cannon fodder for whoever we play. Like it's
for sure. Yeah.
Oh, did you watch the game, Causa?
Oh no, I watched the last part of the fourth quarter, but and when I was hearing it, I thought they're coming, and I thought, oh god. And then when I heard Marich kick the goal with 2 minutes to go, I thought, oh god, here we go, we're gonna get pick one here. and then hearing Langford kick the goal with less than 2 minutes to go, I thought, oh damn it.
Yeah. And a draw would have done it for us too. Like, just give us a draw. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Nick Sky's given us band one compensation. Take it to the bank. It's just going to happen. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to try something different. Seeing as we're not talking exclusively at North Melbourne anymore, can we try and add a fourth person here? We can add a fourth person here.
We can have 8 people, Joe.
They
just go on the other side of the screen.
Jono, how's it going, mate?
What's up, Jono?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
Doing okay. Not relegated myself's not the right word, but kind of just resigned myself to, hey, this season's kind of finished, enjoying it for what it is, and then AFLW's up, and then doing some fantasy for that, and then the trade period.
It's going to be so fun.
I'm keen for change. the right
Notice, another big time loser added to the stream.
You can come on, mate. Let's go. Come on.
Who are you talking
about? You've never been on, mate.
He's telling me he doesn't have a webcam. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that is such a cop-out answer.
You have a phone with a front-facing camera. You can come on the stream and watch and say hello, mate.
You can do it without. You can do it without camera. You can do it without camera anyway.
Yeah,
you can do it
without Shannon, bro.
Yeah.
Look at Shannon. Shannon is on every single week without. Exactly. I love it. Look at this. Did someone screenshot that? Did someone screenshot him doing that? Oh, that is. I don't even have a smartphone, he says.
Mate,
what?
How are you consuming this content, Jonas?
Must be on an iPad. But you can still do it on an iPad as well.
Yeah, I mean, every modern device has a front-facing camera now. Is he using one of those old freaking...
the old Nokias. The old Nokia.
Or, one of the old Nokias or the old desktops. I don't know. What is it? Old desktop. I don't know how it looks like. Like one of these? Are you rocking one of these, Jonas?
$12.
I don't know. I'm laughing so hard about this. This is next level. This is next level engagement here. I love it. Alrighty. What do you got here? I have an old Samsung laptop.
So?
That was
Samsung do laptops?
That's still an L.
Samsung laptop. Does that have a camera on it? It still has a camera on it, bro. Come on. How does this is a webcam?
Yeah.
I don't know how old your freaking laptop has to be to not have a webcam. Like that is
Yeah.
unreal, Jonas.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a big L, bro. Typing Morse code. Oh, jeez. Look, we're not gonna,
Nah.
go too hard onto that. You never know. But all right. Honestly, I checked my tips. I've got 7 tips this week.
I
Yeah,
I got
think I did
Collingwood. I got the Collingwood tip wrong.
I tipped Freo as an upset.
Oh, okay. I tipped the Giants.
Yeah,
to
I
win.
did as well. And then Collingwood,
And-
obviously, not many people.
And Collingwood.
Yeah.
7 for me. Yeah, Giants and Collingwood were the only ones.
I'm not sure
Everyone
many
else I
people
had.
would have tipped Hawks.
Oh,
Surely.
in my tipping comp, there was 4. I think it was 4. One person tipped Hawks. Like, I think they must have been a Hawks
Really?
supporter. Just a Hawks supporter. And then I think three or so people. No, I think it must have been him was the only guy that did it. Because if you did the away, Collingwood was the away, yeah.
Right, yeah,
So-
yeah. See, in my tipping comp,
Oh, that's 6.
there's 23 people in it. Everyone tipped Collingwood, and
Most would have tipped Giants.
everyone,
Yeah.
and everyone bar 2 people
Yeah.
tipped the Swans. I
Yeah.
tipped the Giants. I mean,
Yeah, I thought Giants, but they were just a bit inaccurate, I thought,
Yeah.
to why they couldn't
I got 6.
win that game.
Yeah, I
Six.
thought the Giants were going to take it away. I think I just kind of had in my head, oh yeah, the last few weeks of form's actually been decent. That win.
But it can be with
obviously
these
didn't
type of
happen.
games. It's not always the team that's in form always wins. Like these type, like it can be like anything.
did King Toby not take over this game? Is that the real reason? Did Toby
Yeah,
not go bananas?
It was excellent Errol.
It was actually a
Errol
really
from the
fun
back.
game
It
to
was
watch.
Errol with his goal, nearly 2 goals a year.
I saw one of them where he ran
from
on
like
the
the 50-meter line.
That was ridiculous. Yeah.
That was so good.
Are we
Yeah,
allowed to
it's
show that?
I think that's kind of what the game. It was a really exciting game to watch, at least for the first bit, because it was almost one goal one way, one goal another way.
Yeah,
One
but
goal,
Sydney
one
too many
way.
times from it was like 10 goals from the defensive half Sydney had, which to like hardly anything for the Giants. So it was like, oh yeah, that one, yeah. There's 2. It's ridiculous.
I think the one good thing I saw from the Sydney game really was you could see how the team would kind of fit up if they didn't have Buddy anymore. Like Logan McDonald was doing things up and down the ground.
But then he got subbed.
Amadi looked okay. McLean looked really good as well. So you could definitely kind of say, okay, if Buddy's not playing anymore, it's not.
They're still good without Buddy.
Yeah, it's not reliant on him. Like if Adelaide was there and Adelaide didn't have Tex Walker anymore, they would struggle, right? They just don't have anyone to really
that's a
cover
different
what he
story. Yeah.
does. Whereas Sydney have kind of got over that a little bit with Buddy now.
Maybe my internet's struggling because I've got 4 cameras to sustain in addition to try to download this. Can't. Looks like I'm struggling to show it. I don't know freaking how low I have to go.
Just blame it on the
480p.
AFL website, Joe. It's okay.
Mate, I hate this website. I genuinely. This is the
lots
worst
of-
made website ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they need to sort of fix it up. Yeah. Even especially with obviously like team lineups. That's ridiculous how they've got like Sunday games before Saturday, like early ones and stuff like that. When
Jono,
they drip feed them.
You're going to play AFL Fantasy for the
I am, yeah.
AFLW Fantasy draft?
Unlikely because my work schedule is pretty hectic from week to week, so I can't imagine myself keeping up with it. So I'm all over the place sometimes. I can be early shifts, I can be night shifts. So I can't see
Bit of a
myself
struggle,
keeping
mate.
up with it.
Yeah, it can be
Yeah.
a bit tough. Bit tough like that sometimes. I
And
just
it's not
struggle because
easy.
I don't know the players' names, to be honest.
What a goal!
Yeah,
I didn't even
one
see
thing,
this goal.
It's hard. Yeah, it is hard as well. And obviously players start at 300,000 as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I was looking at, there's like so many players obviously like that are way overpriced, but because they've got less game time, blah blah blah, that's how they work it out or something. And like you can't obviously fit all the best players at the
No.
start. You got to find like the value ones that like some who have been out for 2 years or whatever. Because obviously last year there was obviously 2 seasons in 1 year.
Yes.
So lots of the ones that did ACLs skipped the most recent one in September.
Yep.
So they've got an extra like 6 months as well.
I've played with an AFLW player,
Okay.
Ella Friend from St Kilda.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
So he played with the same junior club as me, and then a few others as well have gone through the same system, but they were all netballers. So little fun fact for you there.
Very nice. Fun fact. This is my first dabble at an AFL thing. I have to do more research into the rookies, into the rookie price players. But
there's one, but also there's no DPP as well. So
yes,
makes it.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a tricky one too.
Because
I
there's
think
one
when we played the Mariah's Magic one, and Joe can kind of test this as well. The midfielders seem to score a lot more than just everyone else.
Oh, they do.
Like,
they
you might
definitely
have defenders on like a decent
Because
score,
there
and then
was,
the forwards
yeah.
will score nothing. But yeah, it's pretty
The
tough.
problem is like some of the midfielders, like obviously Bowers and stuff like that. How she gets like 20 tackles.
Yep.
I know.
20 tackles, and she was
Yeah.
averaging 121 in less game time than the men's. Is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
He's a
score like
must.
100, and then
He's
the
a
other ones
must-have.
would score like 30, and they've
Yeah.
kind of been average. So yeah, it's tough.
And there was one. I remember there was one where they were saying that one from Freo, she averaged 70 the season before, but averaged like 30 last season, and apparently she's only like 500,000 or whatever. I think it's Gabby O'Sullivan or.
Yeah, but I don't have enough spots in my midfield. I'm gone heavy 3 primos here. And then I've got 2 sort of mid prices for Collingwood there. So
because
because
they're obviously that's going to be the popular 5 starting mid.
I didn't know about Bonacci. Is Bonacci good?
Well, she did a
Benici, bro.
like a knee.
Benici. What is this
Sorry,
Bonacci
Joe.
nonsense?
Benici,
Sorry.
yeah, she did her knee. She did her knee like in season 6, I think it was.
Yeah.
She's been out for ages, yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
And
You
same
learned
as
something from
Bree
me,
Davey.
Big Jack.
I was kind of going with the stack, the midfield with all the expensive players, and then kind of that was it really. So
Yeah.
Nah.
I'd rather have 5 players scoring like 100 each, and then the rest can pick up the slack.
And have 5s in the forward line.
Why not? Why not? Just do it.
Yeah.
Jonas asks, who we got for the top 10 players in the comp?
I don't say Cameron.
Bruno, Bond, Toby, Trucker, Gorn, Oliver, Jezza Cameron, Cicely Dacos, and the 10th player.
I don't think Cameron's 10 any. I don't
Nah.
know. He's top 10 anymore.
I think Dunkley has to be in there, but this week's game's been atrocious for him. Like I don't know what happened to Freo, but like
no. Apparently, what
Dunkley
happened? I was listening to something that apparently like because obviously like Hayden Young's been playing more mid. Apparently, like Hayden Young was playing on like manning up like Dunkley and stuff like that.
10
He
tackles
was 1-on-1 with Yeah, 1-on-1. Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe Supercoach can tell us who the top 10 players are.
English
Is English a top 10 player in the league?
Yeah.
Oh.
You reckon so?
In
Oh.
Supercoach, 100%. I don't know if that translates over, but if you said English, would you guys come out and say, is he the best ruckman this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom.
I'd still say Gorn.
No, I wouldn't say Gorn. No, not this year, because he's
Like,
he said
Gorn's start to the season was pretty shit.
With
Like, the
Grundy.
last few games have been great, but his start to the season was very average.
was horrible.
Yeah.
And then he got
Yeah.
injured.
Well, we're
And then he
talking
got
now. Like right now, he's playing solo ruck, right? Would you, if you were to pick your team, your All-Australian, if you were to pick
English.
your team right here, right now, would you have Gorn as your ruckman or English as your ruckman? Right
English.
here, right now.
English.
Still English?
Yep.
All right. So if Jonas here has got Gorn as a top 10 player, then you've got English as better, then English has to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Well, that was my argument, right? Was if English is the best ruckman in the game at the moment, then he surely is in the top 10 players. Like, you can't.
I don't know. I'd lean Gorn, to be honest, still. Ryan White says English and Libba have to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Look, Libba's an interesting shout. The way Libba's going about it, he is very in and under, just does his job, almost like a heart and soul.
Oh,
If Bont is the heart of the doggies,
Libba was so good.
Libba's the soul.
Would you guys start Libba next year? Depending on
old.
price?
I'd say yes.
I'd say yes. Like, if Libba's 150, are you going to pick him? Sorry, if Libba's 650, you're going to pick him?
I'd definitely pick him if it was 150.
Oh, of course, 150.
No, with 650,
Libba's 650. Would you pick him?
Well, you got to think about it. You got to think about also these fault. Like, could you say Libba versus, like, say you got Goulden as a mid only as well? So you've got at the same price, and you've got a 10-year age difference or whatever as well.
Mm.
I'll just leave this here on the screen as my answer for
I was going to say that to you anyway. That you were going to say it's too old.
He's too old, mate.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Jonas says English not even a top 10 ruckman in the league. Great follow. Okay, Jonas, I'm not even gonna entertain that. Globes, how's it going, mate? Gorn all day. All right, so another one on Team Gorn. So I'm on Team Gorn. Global's on Team Gorn. Jonas appears to be on Team Gorn. But you three are all Team English?
Yeah. I think English, if you took a measure of how impactful they've been over the whole year, which you'd assume that that's what like all Australians should be, then I think English is.
Sometimes they don't.
No, of course not. I mean, they pick forwards as midfielders or vice versa, and then put like whoever they want in the team anyway.
But they got to this year. They got to sort of put it as proper wingers.
Surely. But you can't forget, though, that English has been playing solo ruck all year. Gorn has been sharing the ruck with Grundy. And now, in these last 3-4 weeks, that Grundy's been out and Gorn's been playing alone.
It's only 3 or 4 weeks. You can't compare to.
I know. But we're not talking who the All Australian are. We're just simply saying who are the top 10 players in the comp.
Okay,
that's all the question is. The question was, who you got for the top 10 players in the comp? It's just a blanket statement. It's not all Australian. Like who would you reckon are your clear top 10s? Let's start writing this out.
I don't think Cameron. I don't know about Cameron. It's the top. Yeah.
All right, we'll start with number 1. Who is the best player in the comp?
At the moment,
and by best,
at the moment,
it's player. It has to be the guy that you say, all right, I start a team and I pick this player.
Yeah, Bond.
Bond.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So we'll say the Bond is
Yeah.
number one. Even playing injured, still a freak of nature. Like, I don't
kicking 3
understand.
goals. Those no one could match up on him. It was when he played forward. It was ridiculous.
I think as well,
It's
it's a
just
little
a-
bit different because the doggies play into his strengths. Like, I'm not sure. Obviously,
Agreed.
he's insanely dominant and things like that. But I wonder if he would be doing the same thing in another team that wasn't just going to kick the ball to him in the forward line.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
They've got the Bond. Who is number 2? Is it Charlie Kerno? Perhaps. Sicily.
Oh,
Interesting.
Sicily. It can't be Sicily. I think
Nah, I reckon it's got to be if you've got the best.
yeah.
I reckon if you've got the best mid, the next one should be the best forward. I don't know. I think that just makes sense to me.
Yep. Agree.
And Global also agrees. Nice on your Globes. And I'm sure Jonas would agree with that too, as a Carlton man. All right. Jonas says, Cameron's form has tailed off after injuries. You don't write off the last year and a half, though. That's why he's dropped outside the top 5, but still respects him enough to be in the top 10. I appreciate that, Jonas. That's very
that's
objective of you. Very objective. Yours, in relation to English, he says, English All-Australian bench. He is a follower, not a ruckman. He gets slaughtered in the ruck contests.
Maybe.
Well, he sort of did on the way.
One is an alpha. English is a cuck. Look, I like Gorn. I personally like Gorn more. Yeah.
Third best
third.
player.
Is it Petrarca?
Yeah.
Or is it, as Jono says, possibly a James Sicily? Or, as Global is mentioning, one Tobias Green.
No, I think Petrarca. I think Green maybe is like top 6. I don't think
not.
Green is. Green does not have the dominance that a Christian Petrarca has on the field. Like, Green is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he has.
I don't think he can be a dominant. He can't be like a dominant midfielder, like compared to Petrarca.
Like Petrarca will carry a game.
Sicily is really influential, says Tone.
Yeah.
Ryan White says Dacos. Nick Dacos.
If we go by influence, then Jordan Dawson has to be on there, But I'm not going by influence because Jordan Dawson will turn games by himself.
Jamie Elliott. Nah, mate. It says top 10 player in the league, not top 10 players to put with a shot after the siren. Wrong list.
It's not top 10 Collingwood players in their best 22.
Or top 10. Or top 10 tattoo players or whatever.
Yeah.
Toby Green has won how many games up? Speaking of Green, Jonas.
One. I think it's only one.
Sure,
I think it's only one.
I'm pretty sure Jonas was talking smack about Tom Green, didn't he? That he's out of gas. How did Tom Green do this week, Jonas, mate?
He was massive. He was. If Giants won, he would have got the medal if Giants won, I reckon.
Yes, I agree. He's cooked. He's puffed out. He's gone. On you, Jonas. I love you, mate. So we're going Petrarca or Sicily for this one?
I'm happy to put Petrarca, and then the one after Petrarca, put Sicily.
Sicily, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon Petrarca.
So Petrarca 4, Sicily. So Petrarca 3, Sicily 4, and then is it Dacos at 5?
No.
Or he's gone better. You've got.
I think Dacos right now is top 10. Don't get me wrong, but I think his performances over the last few weeks have found
has shown that he
a little bit.
Yeah, exposing that he can't do a tag. If there's good taggers, they can stop Dacos pretty hard. Like watching that game just this weekend, he could not get it anywhere unless he went forward, and then he was even lucky to get that free kick goal.
Yeah.
Or could you say Butters is top 10?
I think Dawson has to go in there, Joe.
Or is Butters?
Dawson.
I don't know.
Oh, Zach Butters was in the conversation during the year. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Tom Liberatore, though, is an in and under specialist, right? So he's just a contested ball player. Outside of that, it doesn't really
Great
offer you
tackler.
much. So, and a great tackler as well. But we want all around top players in the league. I'd put Dawson over Laird. To be honest, I'm not going to. I don't think Laird would be in the top 10 discussion. No. Obviously, Clayton Oliver would be in a lot of people's discussions as well if he wasn't out for so long this year. So we can't
this week.
And I think that's why you have to say it as how's their performance going this year, and you can't put Clayton Oliver if he's missed like 12 games of the season.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll take him out. And we'll take out Jeremy Cameron. In. So we're saying top 10. So best players in the. So this is best players in the comp.
In the comp this year.
For 2023.
23. Yeah. Yep.
All right. We'll do that then. And so at 5, well, you can't say Maxi Gawn above Dacos because the year that Dacos has had.
Yeah.
Which is why I haven't got Max Gawn in there. Which is why I would have rather had English. Because I think English is influenced. Because Max Gawn, as you say, was paired up with another ruckman for a long period of time. So he just isn't kind of in that position.
All right. Would you have English over Green, Merritt, Dawson, Butters? Jen's mentioned Rosie. Rosie's also had a really good year thus far. Would he be able to crack in the top 10? Oh, yes, and of course, Dunkley. Yes, Tone, you're right. There's also Dunkley.
Dunkley, yeah.
What was Dunkley's first name again? Shit.
Josh.
Freaking bloody brain fade there. Josh Dunkley. Yeah, all right. So 5. So we're happy with Dacos at 5. 6. Maybe we're going to put English here or not?
I would swap. If we're doing off how their performance has gone this year, I would swap 4 and 5.
You reckon Dacos is a... Yeah, because Sisso's been suspended a few games.
Yeah. You have to.
Yep.
All right, so Dacos there. Sicily 5. And then 6.
I'd put Zach Merritt.
Zach Merritt over English? Well, I personally reckon Zach Sadison has had a sensational year. I reckon he should be All-Australian. The way he's been going.
I reckon he should be, but
will he?
He's a firm starter for me next year.
On you, Jono.
No, but
so we're happy to put it.
The problem is, where are they going to have Dacos as a defender or mid? Is the problem in the All Australian? Is the problem if Merritt's going to make it or not?
They'll have him halfback. Ian Sinclair halfback.
Tone. Agree on Merritt. He single-handedly carries the Dons.
Wow. Yeah. He did for all those weeks when Parrish was out. So he gave him a winning game.
All right. So Zach Merritt gets some kudos there. Appreciate it, fellas. All right.
I think Chuck Dunkley and then Green. Dunkley and then Green.
So Josh Dunkley, number 7.
I think Butters has been...
You reckon Butters did better than Dunkley?
No,
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
No. Definitely not.
Dunkley. So Dunkley there, and then you want Butters, you said? Butters over English?
No.
English first.
Or maybe
I reckon English has been better.
Butters just misses out. Maybe Butters misses out on the top 10. Maybe.
I think Butters has had a couple of weeks where he's dipped, hasn't he?
Yeah. But I think Dawson's been better than for majority of the year. Dawson's been better than Butters, I think, and then Toby Green and English for this year should be the last 3.
Right. I don't know. I think in terms of impact, though, I reckon Toby has been so impactful. I honestly reckon the Giants would not be in this spot right now if not for Toby Green. Like Toby Green for the Giants is like what Sicily is for the Hawks. Like I think he is that important for them. Whereas the Dogs, I think the Dogs could cover an English loss. I think Port could cover a Butters when he's down because they've got Rosie.
Yeah, I agree.
Dawson's also super important for him. I'd put Toby at 8. Just what he does on the footy field is insane. And then I might put Dawson because Dawson is a captain of a side in his second year. He's been insane.
And who would have thought he would have been one of the best captains of the year and stuff like that as well.
Absolutely.
And
so we've got
pick, they got him for pick 19. So kudos to Adelaide.
What a joke.
I reckon Butters just misses out. I reckon Rosie just misses out.
Yeah,
he's had a
out. Let's kind of go through the just misses out list.
I reckon Errol Goulden probably just misses out. He's been really good. Errol Goulden.
I think Brayshaw / Sarong probably misses out. I think Goulden is definitely a just misses out. It's kind of going through the list. One that doesn't get talked about a lot is Hugh McCluggage. I think he's had a pretty exceptional year, but he doesn't get talked about much.
He's not a top 10 player in the comp.
No, but this is just missed out. This is like the people who, when they do honourable mentions, like this is the honourable mentions people.
Well, you'd say
for the best players in the comp.
You'd say Max Gawn is a. You'd say Max Gawn is
I reckon Max Gawn just missed out.
Jack Siebel. No, just kidding.
I reckon Max Gawn just missed out.
He's in the bottom 10.
Yeah.
I reckon Clayton Oliver is stiff. He would be top 10 if he was playing. Yeah. I think Jeremy Cameron is also stiff because he'd be up there if he wasn't playing.
We got Goulden. We got Rosie, Goulden, others. Who else? I'm just going through the list of players at the moment.
What did you say there, Jono? Which name?
Sinclair.
He said Sinclair.
Yeah,
I think Tom Stewart. Have we got Tom Stewart? I think Tom Stewart's definitely a mention.
Not for. I don't know about that.
Top 10 players.
I think Stewart's come down.
Nah.
This week. I think Sinclair's been huge. I reckon Sinclair is very what was Sinclair's first name again? I don't know. I'm having a brain fade tonight.
Jack.
I'm having a brain fade tonight. I'm telling you.
You can't think of a Saints player, just think of Jack.
You can't go past
because they all have
Tom Stewart is too good. You can't go past Tom Stewart.
Yes, Ryan, you are correct. Tim Taranto has also had a ripping season.
Yeah, you'd say that, yeah.
I'd actually put Tim Taranto up here because he's actually played. Tim Taranto.
I don't know. The last few weeks he's really fallen off.
No, the only problem why Tim Taranto's form slipped is because when Hopper and Prestia play, it's worse for him for some reason. It just.
Yeah, we need Libra on the list. Chuck Libra on the honourable mentions, Joe.
Yeah. Torre.
You say
you can say is out of gas. Don't say that about Tom Green. Absolute butcher of a kick. Yeah, that's the big thing that's held him back. His poor disposal.
Yeah.
Would you say
put Langford on there? Like Langford honourable mentions.
Yeah,
Tex Walker.
We'll put Tom Stewart and out of respect for him, but
I think you got to put Chuck Langford on there.
As a top 10 player in the league.
No, this is honourable mentions, Joe. This is the people who could have
15 to 20.
Yeah, this is like 15 to 20.
All right. So then
10 to 20. Yeah.
So 11, we say Maxi Gawn.
No, you can't do that.
Someone who's just missed out on the top 10.
No, you'd say Tarant.
What's wrong with Maxi Gawn at 11?
I would.
Taranto's had a better year than Max Gawn, mate.
Joe, I would legitimately put Goulden at 11.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Goulden has had a better year than Max Gawn has had in terms of AFL this year.
Fair enough. All right, so Errol comes in. Taranto at 12. He's had a ripping season.
And then Chuck Rosie in at 13.
Taranto. Over Butters, you reckon?
Yeah. But as you say, Butters has had some pretty slower games.
Yeah, because Butters didn't start the season
Well, there you go. So
as better because Rosie had a better start, I think, than Butters.
Very well.
It was-
Connor Rosie is there. I guess we got to take out Oliver because he hasn't played much. We got to take out Cameron because he hasn't played much.
I would go Tom Stewart at 14 and then Max Gawn. I know you can't.
Oh, I'd put Sinclair
Yeah.
over
and then Stewart.
over Stewart.
And then 15, Libber or Stewart for 15.
Oh, no.
Nah.
Sorry.
I think you put Libber. Put Libber. Libber there. Put Libber.
Kyle Langford will get his spot. He'll get
an All Australian next year. If he plays the same year, the same way, he'll get it. Libber's just been too good. Like Dunkley's left, and Libber has been the one to really step up.
Oh, that's a good idea from Sham. I hope I've pronounced that right. How about this top 10 for the rookies? All right, yeah, we'll do that after this one. The rookies for the year. Alrighty. So we'll round up the top 20. Golden, Taranto, Rosie, Sinclair, Libba.
Tex.
Oh, the big Texan. He's been good. He's been really good. The big Texan. I'm looking to get some inspiration here. Rowan Marshall's had a pretty decent year, but it won't. All right, we'll go with Tom Stewart then. He's had a decent year. I don't know, just the role that Tom Stewart plays for me is such a seagull nothing role.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. Like I was just like so pissed. He was like 20 something at halftime, and I thought, oh, he's not going to do good. And then all of a sudden, nearly a 50-point last quarter, and you think, like, it's ridiculous.
Like the way he plays the game makes it hard for me to consider him like among the top players of the comp.
Yeah, and because some games he is off so much, and then
Actually, not Tom Stewart here. Tom Stewart goes down, and Houston has had a sensational year. I don't think this guy gets talked about enough. I actually think Dan Houston should be a bit higher up, but I don't know who I'm kicking out. I think Dan Houston's had a very, very good year, very important for the Port Adelaide.
But a shit week, for the crap week, the problem was
broke my heart as well.
No, he didn't have his like counterpart in Farrell was a bit hard. Yeah, because normally they.
I hear about it from Corey all day.
Oh yeah, it was, and then he gave away like the stupid free for Cameron and like too many frees at the end.
Someone else who needs to get honourable mention is Adam Chera. I think his season has been sensational. No, to be honest, I think Adam Chera has been Carlton's best midfielder, and they're about to play finals. So even when they were shit, he was good. And now that they've come around, I reckon Adam Chera needs to get some recognition there. I reckon he's a top 20 player in the league. We'll get to those players, Jonas, in a second. 19 and 20. Who are we rounding up the top 10 with? The top 20 with? Maxi Gawn and Langford?
Yeah.
Or Butters has to be in there, surely. So
he's nearly going to win coaches votes.
Max Gawn and Zach Butters?
Well, he could now win the coaches votes with no day cost.
And then these guys, Langford, Brayshaw, Sarong, are honourable mentions.
I think I'd probably have Zach Butters higher, but
then Max Gawn.
I'd probably have. I'd probably put Chera as 20 and then move the rest up.
No, I reckon Chera's had a better season than Butters, to be honest.
I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I've got to go.
All right. Catch you, Jono.
Yeah, Jono.
Have a good one, mate.
Have a good night, mate.
Hopefully the Saints respond next week. I'm being happy.
Oh,
And
they
Who do you guys play? Who do you guys
Tigers.
play next week?
I
The
reckon.
Tigers and Marvel.
Well, Richmond hasn't won since I think it's 2021 or something.
Yeah. Matty's match.
At
Want to bounce
Marvel.
back.
Very nice. Alrighty. Good night, mate. All the best. All right, cool. So that was our
Cheerio.
top. See you, Jono. So that was our top 20 players for the year. Langers just misses out. Brayshaw just misses out. Sarong just misses out. All right. Cool. I like this. This is a very fair top 20 players in the league, I reckon. All right.
I think we're pretty fair people, Joe.
I think we are fair people. Absolutely. There's no North Melbourne in here, which means it's very fair.
Well,
no.
Well, it was never going to be. Anyway.
It's all right. We're going to get now to the top 10 rookies as requested by Sham, and this
one
should have some North Melbourne. So best rookies of 2023. So this should have some players.
I'm going to say Ashcross one
from you guys.
Are we doing haven't played a game yet?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're not going to put Machida
Owens.
Machida Owens played last year.
Just for this year. Yeah.
The best rookies of 2023. So you're going to obviously have
Will drafted last year. Yeah.
We're obviously going to have Will Ashcroft there.
Yep.
We're obviously going to have Harry Sheasel. We're obviously going to have Georgie Wardlaw.
No, don't put George Wardlaw.
No, he'll be. I reckon lower.
No, he won't be top 10. The guy's only played like 6 games.
There's Michelini. There's who else? I can't even remember.
All right, so we've got Max Michelini. He was a rookie. Who else was a rookie this year? There was Darcy
Wilmot. Oh, but he played a game. But he technically played it. He technically
played last year.
Did he?
So if we're playing Darcy, if we're putting Darcy Wilmot,
that's a bit soft.
Yeah, because he played in the finals technically as his debut.
No, of course. That's okay. If that's the criteria that we've got, that's the criteria we've got.
No, because if we're going to put Darcy Wilmot, then we'd also have to include Machida Owens as well.
If that was the case.
And Jai Miss as well.
So I'm not putting
exactly.
Williams on there.
Dylan Williams as well.
Jinby. We've got Jinby.
Yes.
Jinby 3, yeah.
Jinby, Bailey Humphrey's on there.
Bailey Humphrey, McKenzie.
Jasper Fletcher needs a mention.
So there's Philippou as well. Philippou and was it
Matthias
and
Philippou?
Yeah. I don't
Caminiti.
I don't know if we count him as that, but
what's his face? Hollins. Hollins has done all right.
Ollie Hollins, yeah.
What was Chess's first name?
Chess has played. It wasn't his first year.
Oh, wasn't Campbell?
No, Chesser was his first year this year, wasn't it?
No, he wasn't in the draft. He didn't come.
No, but he got injured last year. He was in last year.
He didn't actually play.
He was in the
didn't
year
play
before
like
draft.
Yeah. This is his first season actually playing.
Yeah.
So Campbell Chesser's this is his first year playing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. And the same as Van Ruin as well. Like there's Van Ruin was his first year.
There is. Yeah, he's been good. Jacob Van Ruin. Ollie Hollins.
Weddle. You'd say Weddle.
Yep. Josh Weddle.
I'm going through the.
Me too.
Lucky Cowan. No, not really.
I'm not going to put Jim Cotter because he's a mature age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. There's Alwyn Davey.
We can put who?
Owen Davey.
Yeah,
Noah Long. Can put Alan, but he's not in the top 10 players.
Noah Long. I don't know. I'm just looking at who.
Long. Seamus Mitchell, correct tone. No, we're taking out players who didn't play last year. So Wilmot and Machida are both out, as is Dylan Williams. You have to have played your first game this year. So Seamus Mitchell, Weddle, Hollins. Who else is the first year rookie this year?
There's some, but they didn't really play.
There should be. That's a lot of them, I think.
Lucky Cowan, but he's not.
Johnson.
Yeah, there is Lucky Cowan.
Did Johnson? I don't know I can't remember if Johnson already played though.
I
Let's check.
Johnson. Sturt. But no one really
Yeah,
cares
Sturt
about.
already debuted 2021.
Oh, had he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was 2021 or 2022, whatever.
McDonald. Yes. The Dogs. What is
No, it was O'Donnell.
O'Donnell? I've just copied Sham's comment there.
It's O'Donnell, yeah.
What is how do you spell?
How do we find
No,
this?
Matt Johnson. Matt Johnson from Freo.
Yeah. Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. He's on the list.
James O'Donnell from the Dogs.
Chris O'Donnell's brother. Anyone can get the reference who Chris O'Donnell is.
How do you tell? I guess you can go
What?
down to round 1,
Yeah, who are we missing? Surely there's some.
and then we'll select sort
Less
by
than 3 matches.
No,
Less
just
than
go sub 3 matches, Joe.
sub
Oh,
3
you can do-
matches.
matches.
Oh, no,
yeah.
is that everyone?
Oh, that's everyone. No, that'll be everyone for now. That's
This is round 1.
Yeah, but if we do sub 3 matches, everyone's done sub 3 matches.
Oh, maybe I should do round 3
3 or yeah.
or round 2, just to be sure.
I think I know one that's a debutant. No, he played. Sorry, I thought he was.
Sort by lowest price. Okay.
You know who you're missing? Hopefully he
who?
didn't play last year. Let me just check.
No, he didn't play last year, but he played.
Nick Madden, Bennett, Blake
Another.
Drury.
Can't pick him. I was going to say Eddie Ford, but no, we can't pick Eddie Ford. Tyler Young.
No, he was 20. He was 2021. He played.
I would
Eddie
100%
Ford
have
played.
Tyler Young.
Well, we could do Anthony Caminiti. We could do
Yeah.
Kama. It was his
Put
first
Kama.
game this year.
Put
Sam
Kama,
Banks.
put,
There's also
put
Sam
Tyler
Banks.
Young on there. You've got to have Tyler Young.
And Sam Banks as well was.
Nah, I wouldn't have Sam Banks. But put Tyler Young. Tyler Young has played like every game this season.
Oh, he's been good. He's been good, serviceable. So there's Cowan.
Wagner's already played for other teams.
He's played
Yeah,
like
you-
for other clubs already.
Yeah.
Cooper Harvey.
Nah, don't put him on.
No, he's not top 10. But,
Not
yeah.
top.
Yeah, I know, but not all. No. We're just talking
No,
about the
but we're
people
just
that
trying to
played.
find. Yeah.
Yeah, these
No,
are
but
people
he's,
that
like,
played.
he's only played like 3 games. Yeah, Marriage.
Ivan Maric. Yeah, of course. All
Right.
along we've put in there already.
No, because Devrop already played. So
Charlie
that doesn't-
Dean didn't play.
That-
I wonder
doesn't
if
help.
Charlie Dean gets delisted at the end of the year.
Harvey Harrison played, but he's not really sticking in this side at all. Matt Johnson we've already got there. No one from. Oh, Ned Moyles played. Oh, did Eddie Ford? Did Eddie Ford debut this year?
No, it was 2021 he debuted. Oh, because he was in the 20. He was the same draft as Will Phillips.
Right. Okay. Angwin. Brian Angwin for the Giants. He's played. Fergus Green. How did we not mention
No, but
him
he already played though. Is the problem?
before this year? Did he?
Did he? I swear he played at the Bulldogs. Did he?
All right, if you say so.
No, he was Bulldogs VFL.
Chandler's already played before.
Yeah, but he was on the Bulldogs list though.
Van Rooyen, Comben, Ford.
Yeah, 2018. He played in 2018, and then he came back in 2023 and played.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Jacob Bauer has looked pretty good in the last few weeks
He's only
for
played
the
2
Tigers.
games.
Ford's already played.
Matt Roberts. Got got injured very quickly,
No,
unfortunately.
but he already played last year anyway.
Already played. Oscar Baker.
Cam
Oh,
McKenzie.
Cam McKenzie, Jacob, you're right. That's very bad of us.
Did anyone pick
Cam
Cam
McKenzie.
McKenzie?
Cam McKenzie has been
I
good.
forget
Hardy
Weddles,
Jones wasn't he was this year, wasn't he? Yeah.
Harry
Yeah.
Ralston.
Yeah, but he got dropped. Like he was yeah, but he did nothing.
Lockie Cowan. Do we put Cowan on there?
Wait, I gotta put Elijah Hewitt. He played. He's been playing really well, Elijah Hewitt. Yeah, we've got Cowan here already.
Yeah, I said yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jai Menzies been good for us. He's 2-goal Menzies, bro. He kicks 2 goals a lot of weeks.
Just chuck him in the bin.
Mate, I'm not going to respond to that. Will Phillips.
No, that's no.
No. Bytel, no.
Josh
Holland's mentioned him. Cunningham, no. Sheldrick. Has Sheldrick played before this year?
I thought he I can't remember. I thought he hadn't, but
Guess he has.
no, he did. Yeah, one game.
Yeah, one game. That's rough.
Round one, and then he got injured or something. I think it was.
And I think Ben King, Josh Honey, Toby McLean,
Can't say. No,
Cam
Samson,
McKenzie, Humphrey,
you can't say him.
Denon,
Who's what's his name? Ryan from
Mansell.
No. The one from the ruck forward.
Brandon Ryan.
Samson Ryan.
Samson
he already played because he got a minus. He was the first guy in a while to get minus something in the game.
Did Josh Goda go on? Was Josh Goda debut this year or did he debut last year?
No, last year. I think it was.
Debuted last year.
I think that's it, Joe.
Think so. Yeah, let me get to Ashcroft, who's the most expensive rookie. All right, that's all of them. Bailey McDonald, says Jacob Cove.
Yeah, but he played one game, and I was saying Artie Jones. I said Arthur Jones.
Joe, you've missed Clive Rose.
Who's Clive Rose?
You've missed Clive Rose. He played a couple of games this year. Round 15.
No.
Oh, yeah, he did too, yeah.
Who's Clive Rose?
You got to put him on the list.
He's for Freo, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
He still doesn't get it.
Australian cricketer.
Yeah, we'll make you a joke.
Oh, Joe,
joking.
You're a funny man.
Do you understand his joke? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm just talking to my imaginary friend here.
Clive Rose is like that. If you have to explain it, then it's not even worth.
Dude.
Well, I clearly didn't get it, so you should have just explained.
He was the spinner for Hobart, and he used to wear was the guy with the ponytail and everything.
Yeah, no, I don't watch cricket. Sorry. Luke
Pedler
Pedler.
He already played.
He's already played. Yeah, he's got. Yeah. So thanks for contributing, Ryan. Alrighty, so a lot of players debuted this year.
Oh, there's a lot.
I reckon Cam McKenzie should be a lot higher up. Alwyn Davies Jr. should be a lot lower.
The third bear. Is it Humphrey? Well, we know who's last on the rookies.
All right. So Will Ashcroft, Harry Sheasel are the clear top two. I think Ruben Jimby had a sensational year before he's really gassed out.
And got injured. Remember he did his hammy really bad.
Yeah.
I think Jasper's on 6. Jasper in 6. I think
Alright,
Seamus
so-
Mitchell has to go. I think Seamus Mitchell takes 3.
You think that's too high? All right.
Yeah, I think Ginby's 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Campbell Chester should be number 1.
Yes.
You mean number 1 in the reverse order?
Yeah, he could be number 1 in the reverse order. So you're saying Seamus Mitchell should be up there, you reckon?
Yeah.
Where is
And then there was
There
Bailey
is.
Humphrey.
Seamus Mitchell.
Bailey Humphrey
Number
is.
3.
Yep. Yeah, I reckon so.
And then you reckon Jimby at 5. And then you
Yeah.
reckon
Just say-
Bailey Humphrey.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
At 4. Jimby at 5.
No, I would have Humphrey. I would have Humphrey lower. He only came in like round 10. It was pretty average below that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, because he was. Remember, he was like sub games. He had as well.
Yeah.
Bailey Humphrey, I would have like 8. No, I would have like 8 on the list.
No, it'd be yeah.
I would have Kammer. I would have Kammer higher than Bailey Humphrey.
And yeah.
Where's Jasper Fletcher?
8.
At 5?
If we go on people who overall output for the year, I would
Yeah.
put Kammer at 5. The guy has not been.
He's
Honestly, I reckon
not missed a game.
He's not missed a
except
game.
that-
He's kicked
He has not
that
missed a game.
suspension.
2+ goals on multiple occasions.
Yeah, he's been better than Philippou.
Yeah. I would.
All right. I don't think I'm an idiot.
I
Look, Bailey Humphrey has been good for like 3 games.
swap 5 and 6. I reckon. Actually, no. That's fine. That's fine. Well, Hollands has been dropped for ages too. I would put Tyler Young on there. Tyler Young deserves a spot. That guy's played every game of the season almost.
And Noah Long has as well. He's played every game, I think, hasn't he? Pretty much.
Oh, I think Holland has played a lot of games this year. That's
Yeah, but
He's been great. I was watching him in today's game. I'm like, holy
Oh,
shit.
he
this kid's
was. He
really
was
good.
so good today.
He is a gun, this kid. I mean, how many games has Hollins played? Let's say this year
Is it?
he's played 14 games out of 21.
14, yeah.
So he's missed 7. But you
'Cause
can't
didn't he
forget
get
one of them was
injured?
a bye.
Didn't he get?
One's a
And
bye.
he got injured,
So
didn't
he's
he?
missed 6 games. Yeah,
Didn't he get
He's
injured
missed
at one
six
stage? I thought.
I think so. He's missed 6 games. I don't know. I think Hollins, for a team that's playing finals, I reckon, and he's playing now and it's part of the push. I don't know. I reckon
And he was still good. And he was still good, like at even the start of the season, when
Yeah.
like Carlton were playing pretty good as well.
And then Georgie Wardlaw.
Nah,
Oh,
no, I wouldn't put him on there.
I'd have
You think he's
Hewitt.
played 2 little games?
He's only played like 4 games.
I'd
Max
say Hewitt,
Michelini.
no?
Yeah, I would put
Michelini
Max
was.
How many games has Michelini played this year?
He's played. Is it 17 or I think it's 7. It'd be about 17, wouldn't it?
19.
it's
Oh,
19. He missed one game. I remember because he missed one somewhere. I can't remember.
the father-son. Very nice. Mix Michelini. All right. 11.
Yeah, I think I would have John. Someone's got in here in chat, like Johnson, Ryan. I think I would almost have Johnson higher than Humphrey.
Yeah, I'm not a big. He's
But
he
Johnson
legit has
didn't
only
get
had
dropped
like
from-
3 good games. I don't know.
and then Johnson got dropped as well. Remember, he was like out of the team sub like 3-4 times.
Yeah, all right. Let's just sort of bring them. So we've got Wardlaw's got to be named still. Hewitt's still got to be listed. Philippou should be listed. Chesser should not be listed. Van
Weddle's gonna
Rooyen
be
should be listed. Weddle should be listed. Long. Johnson should be listed.
Yep.
Sam Banks, perhaps.
No, he hasn't
Should
played
be
enough
listed.
games.
No, but for the bottom part of the 10 is the. You'd say Menzies got to be listed.
Yeah, Menzies got to be listed. The big 2-goal Menzies
Yeah, I'd say that.
should be mentioned. Mansell's played quite a few games, hasn't he?
No.
No, I thought he played. No, he's been sub or. He played
He's played
last year. didn't he?
15 games.
No, Mansell's already
Oh.
played.
He's already played, so he can't even be.
Yes.
He can't even be nominated. Get out of here, mate.
No, I was thinking that he played last year.
You fraud. Alrighty, all right. So Campbell, Chester, Cowan, O'Donnell, Junior, Chincotta, Harvey, Marich,
He played 2
Harrison,
games.
Anglin. These guys haven't played much at all, so it really comes down to these guys. At number 11,
Weddle?
Weddle, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been good.
All right, we'll go Weddle at 11. 12, Van Rooyen. He's been pleased. He is more of a second half of the year player, but I think he's pretty vital
Then
for
the
them.
same thing with Mackenzie was the first half of the year.
Correct. Yeah,
That's-
Mackenzie came out on fire and then got dropped somehow.
And then has been the sub or lately.
Yeah, exactly. Can we put these guys as like the yin and yang in the same level? So like, if you had a guy like Cam Mackenzie start the year and then tag him out for a Van Rooyen,
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah, I agree. So equal 12th, you'd say.
yeah, I reckon, because where Mackenzie started off, Van Rooyen's finishing off. So
Yeah, I agree.
nice duo there.
Then Menzie.
Yeah, Jacob. Yeah, Holland should get. He should. I agree. He should get the Rising Star this week.
Is it Hewitt? It's going to be Hewitt or.
Yeah, I like Elijah Hewitt. He's played all year. He's been really important for him, and he showed great signs on the weekend against us. So he's really improved. So I'm happy to put Hewitt there. I think two goal a game Menzies is pretty important for us. We're lacking a lot of small forwards. I think is really important. Matthew Johnson would have been higher, but he's really been missing games now and has been used as a sub and dropped and stuff. And he was injured as well, maybe. So would you put Johnson? You'd put Johnson ahead of Wardlaw because he's played more games.
Yeah.
Would you put Wardlaw ahead of Filippo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would put Filippo ahead.
Really?
Wardlaw's a fantastic player, don't get me wrong. But if you measured his season, he's been injured for the past however long. And I think he's only played like 6 games. Like, how can you put him against people that have played 3/4 of the season so far? Like, you know what I mean?
Well. Would you put Filippo ahead of Johnson?
No. Matt
Johnson
took over that Freo midfield for periods of time, so I would not.
Okay. Very well. Noah Long has played.
Yeah. No. I wouldn't even have George Wardlaw there.
He's a rookie, bro. He showed enough in those 6 games.
I would have Cincotta over George Wardlaw any day of the week.
How many games has Cincotta played?
A few.
No, I think is it 13, I think. That's my guess.
You are right on the money, sir. 13.
I just know all this.
Like he's a mature age recruit, right? So there's a difference there. But I think, I don't know.
7 forward for George.
He's been a little bit better.
Yeah, but those have been some very good games. 16, 12, 17, 22, 9, 22, 5 here, but obviously caveat on that one. But all right. So Cincotta. So what you got? Cincotta above Wardlaw then?
Yeah.
You said. Would Chincotta be above Banks?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't have Banks ahead of
And then
Wardlaw,
Banks
sure.
there, and then Wardlaw. Yeah.
But who else is on the list? Is there anyone else on the list that's played a lot? Like, how much has Angwin played? Because you got to go off how their career's gone this year.
England's played. I think it's 10. Is it?
don't
That's my guess. I don't know.
15. Like, Angwin's played 15 games this year. Yes, they haven't
14.
been
It was
right.
14. Yeah.
Yeah.
But some have been. He's been the sub in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a -1.
Look, I don't know. I think this is a fine list. I wouldn't put any of these guys on the season that they've had over the 6 games that Wardlaw's played. I just can't.
Yeah.
I
think
would not have
this is-
Sam Banks on that list. He's only played 5 games.
Would you say Angwin then? Out of that
yeah,
list.
I'd have to go Angwin on there.
Or you just
or I could just split
Yeah.
like that and then have
Yeah.
have Wardlaw be number 20.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, and then chuck Angwin in there.
No, as in
just
because
put
we
Van
had
Rooyen
Mackenzie,
instead
because we had Mackenzie and Van Rooyen on
as
equal.
the- yeah, you just say McKenzie.
Just make one. Yeah, just make Hewitt 14, move them all down, and chuck Angwin in the top 20.
Yeah.
Nah, Angwin's not top 20. He's
Yeah,
not
like
top
that.
20.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better.
I don't like it,
Or would you say
Why don't you
Menzies?
like it?
because
you say
Angwin played
Menzies over
15
McKenzie?
games. George Wardlaw's played like 6. 15 games.
I
is a
know.
lot.
Maybe, but those games are better than his games.
Or would you
Enough
say
said.
would you say Jai Menzies over McKenzie?
Look, I think Jai Menzies has. I would put Jai Menzies above Mackenzie because Mackenzie he started the year and then disappeared, whereas Jai Menzies is
Yeah,
still playing for us
Yeah,
all the
that's what
time.
I mean.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking after that.
Well,
now
I would probably put Matthew Johnson over Mackenzie. So
yeah. So then put McKenzie as 20 then. Maybe. No.
how many
That
games has
John-
Mackenzie played?
Is it? I'd say 15, wouldn't it? I don't know.
not that many.
I think
14
we might be.
games.
I think we might be disrespecting Mateus here a little bit.
No.
Nah. Because some games he's been pretty bad.
Stuff. You guys
He's playing a tough role. He's playing a tough role for the Saints.
Yeah, but if it, I think he might have been more of his natural position if they had the full list from round 1.
Cool. So those were our best rookies of the year. Did we want to do the top 10 worst players of the league as
Nah.
a joke there by
Not
Oh,
today.
I can tell you
Not
one
today.
already. I can
I'm-
already tell you one already.
I'm off to bed, so not for me today.
Yeah, fair enough. It's almost been 2 hours.
Yeah. The
and
guys
we-
that have been on here, the 10 or so people that have been watching, congrats to you guys. Thanks for being loyal fans and sticking around for this entire time as well. So it's been great.
This is a love heart.
Hopefully,
It's a
we
love
can
heart.
build these numbers up over the season and go from there. So yeah, we'll be good.
Hope you guys had fun. Took some suggestions from you guys as well.
Yeah,
Like
that was a bit different,
bit
yeah.
ranking, bit
Yeah.
different. Not strictly just Supercoach, but Supercoach might help guide some of this discussion. You know, we
Yeah.
are getting towards the end of the season, and it's really important that
Yeah, try and do
you know-
something different each time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Jonas, am I worried? I know I'm not going to the game. No, I'm going to be at a birthday party.
It's this
Yeah, I
show.
can't go either. I
You
can't
don't
go.
like me, Jonas. We're just gonna win, and Joe doesn't want to be there. So
West Coast losers can get within a point. Are you worried about losing? Yeah, I
I'd
really
love
I
it to
reckon
happen. I'd love it
I
to
reckon-
happen.
I reckon we can. Absolutely. I think if there's any team in the comp that's capable of doing stupid shit, it's Essendon. And I really hope, and you could tell the players were really pissed off. Zach Merritt was fuming. Zach Merritt actually almost was, you could tell, was so close to not wanting to speak with the media
Oh.
in that post-game conference. He was absolutely livid.
He was, yeah, he was not playing as well as well. He started good and then for some reason did nothing. And then that last 15 minutes, he was like, he just went go, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to inspire the boys to go over the line, but look, yeah, the players were clearly very disappointed in that performance. I really hope that they are reviewing it like a loss, like a 50-point loss, because that was not a win. That was really bad.
Yeah, but also it's hard. Like you're comparing to like this loss is like a loss that you'd have say last year, or a win last year. It'd be like
I reckon we lose it last year, though. I reckon we
Yeah,
actually lose
that's
that
what I
game
mean.
last year.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But that's not Brad Scott, though. I mean, Brad Scott wasn't the coach last year. He was the coach this year. And for him, looking at this game, I hope it is reviewed as a loss because that was very bad. And I really hope that they come out firing, breathing fire against your mob. But knowing us, we'll get overhyped and then just collapse in a heap. So
and lose.
and then lose. Yeah, it's very possible. Whereas you guys have the calming.
It's not like there's no teams like it's not certainties like that. Each team's going to win anymore.
Yes, we are living proof of that. And we had upset of the year with Hawthorn against Collingwood. So, yeah, look, Jonas, simply, yes, I am shitting myself for this week.
Easy. All right. Thanks for jumping on, Causa.
No,
fantastic. Good. Thanks, stream. Thanks, Jonas. Catch you guys in the next one. I think we'll have our stream tomorrow as well. And then team sheets on Thursday, like always. So catch you guys. Have a good week. Yeah.
Bye, fellas. Bye. Enjoy.